So let me explain. Mind you, he knows because he was there about how he's introduced to Coconut Pete. We get in the car the other day to go to the movies, and we're on our way to see Alien. Yes,
Yeah.
we're on our way to see Alien 45th anniversary re-release. Love that. And all of a sudden, he puts on a song called Naughty Cal by Bill Paxton. What the fuck is going on? And I'm like, I'm not even going to engage. I'm not even going to engage because, like, I know my husband well enough to know that, like, you just can't, like, whatever. Then another song comes on, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I have to ask. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, what is this? And he's like, it's from Club Dread. There's this guy, Coconut Pete, and he's supposed to be kind of like a Jimmy Buffett knockoff. Da, da, da. And this is where it gets really spicy, okay, everyone? I have to then look this man up, right? I have to look this up. I look at this up and I go, this is the most AJ Lancaster I have person vibes I have ever seen in my life. And then obviously immediately have to message AJ and go, hi, have you ever been this character for Halloween? And if not, what's stopping you? Because it's perfect.
And I said one, it's come up before, which is hilarious. But the main thing is that he's not a knockoff Jimmy Buffett. And
Jimmy Buffett's a knockoff.
Yeah. Peter Clodberg has nothing to do with Margaritaville.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
You're a jabroni. Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show. I'm one of our co-hosts. My name is AJ Lancaster, and Bill Paxton. We miss you every day, more and more.
Naughty Cal, Bongo and Toki.
Do you think we'll have to listen?
Tired of living on land.
Do you think on our way to see Twisters coming to theaters this July, that we'll have to listen to some Bill Paxton?
100%. I mean, I'm going to make sure that when I get my Spotify Wrapped, that Naughty Cal is my number one most listened to song of the year. Now, it's going to have stiff competition because I hate doing laundry. I always play that, and it lasts 20 seconds. So, like, in the time I'm doing the laundry, I listen to the song like 10 times. So,
do all men of a certain age just automatically know about Club Dread? Because I had never heard of it, and yet all of you are like, yeah, Club Dread, obviously. Oh my God.
It's, I would say, age 32 to 40, 32 to 42 in the year our Lord 2024.
Well, yeah. So the thing with Club Dread was it was the second movie Broken Lizard did after Super Troopers, and while Club Dread was not like a big hit in theaters, it gained a cult following. Yeah, same cow. It gained a cult following because, you know, of the Broken Lizard, obviously the goodwill of Super Troopers, and over time became kind of its own thing. And I think a lot of it does have to do with Bill Paxton in that movie. Like, he is by far the most memorable part of the movie.
Paxton. Honestly, I mostly know this is a joke, but kind of not a joke. When I think of Bill Paxton, I mostly do think of the God Awful pre-show from Twister, Ride It Out,
which he and Helen Hunt had to film separately because they hate each other.
That much.
So great.
So great. And it's just
Hollywood royalty in a great movie together.
Truly. Two icons in their own right, for sure.
So I disagree on Slam and Salmon, but I do love Beer Fest. I actually do have the theatrical poster from Beer Fest downstairs somewhere. I have to dig it up, but I actually did steal that one.
It is in our storage closet.
Yeah.
I would say though, I think Club Dread is their best movie.
I think it's their most ambitious movie in that they actually, you know, most of the other ones are very. I think all of their movies are very, you know, just joke. But Club Dread, because they had the murder mystery part of it, it added a couple of extra layers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So before we get too far into things today, I did something a little different this week. We kind of like put our Streamlabs on a pause, but this past week, dear friend of the show, Danny Ramirez, her dad passed away, and they started a GoFundMe to help pay for the costs of the funeral. So instead of pinning our Streamlabs, there's a link at the top for the GoFundMe directly, so you don't, with no middleman, go directly to Danny, because that definitely will help her and her family out right now with the astronomical cost of a funeral these days. So
Also,
yeah,
just love to Danny. We love you.
Yeah.
and Danny's one of What the Show's favorite people on the planet, so
Good
we,
egg.
of course we were going to help her out.
Yes, if anyone
Yeah,
has any,
if you guys just on the replay, Danny, we love you.
we do very much.
So
And we're thinking of you.
we actually just came back. We've been to the movies a lot this week.
Oh, one more thing. If you're like, where's Juice? It's because he isn't a man of a certain age that gets Club Dread references. So we said you cannot join. Just kidding. He is running late, so he'll be here at some point, we hope. So he's out in the world squeezing it easy.
He is getting wasted in Margaritaville right now.
Yeah.
He very well might be. He might be more of a buffet head. He might be a parrot head. And we here, what are Coconut Pete's fans called? Do they have a name? If not, we need to come up with it. Are they called Toki heads?
I haven't seen this movie, and God's honest.
And we looked to see if it was streaming anywhere. It's not. I mean, you can rent it.
You gotta
but
rent it.
You can rent
I gotta
it, but
pay money to
it
see
wasn't.
this movie.
It wasn't streaming anywhere. It was a few months. I probably watched it like a year or two ago, and if I remember right, it was on HBO Max. Yeah, it probably would go to Hulu, I would assume, because it was 24. It was Fox Searchlight, so I would guess Hulu would be the most likely candidate to get it. But we saw Alien on Saturday. We saw Challengers on Sunday,
Yes.
and we just got back from the Fall Guy.
So
So
movie. We're just AMC.
we've been
Magic.
using the AMCA list for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman.
Okay, so a little weird thing. So I ordered a fragrance sampler from this indie brand that I always want to check out, and it's work related because people ask me about it at work. So just like, I'll check these out, see what I have that's similar. The weekend that Challengers comes out, I get a fragrance with notes of fresh tennis balls.
No.
They like a theme. They're theming.
Yeah. Yeah, just the timing was great.
I loved the whole bit about how everyone's like, if you play a Spider-Man love interest, you have to go on to play a tennis star in a movie, and that Zendaya was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get
She
in
just,
on
like,
that meme.
Went right into it.
And I thought that was very funny. What does notes of tennis balls smell like?
Like when you open up a fresh can of tennis balls.
Like, I know what they smell like, but I can't really describe it.
And that's in a perfume scent. Did you smell it? Does it smell like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
all right.
it's like a
You're
mixture of
spoiled.
like sweet grass and that smell.
Very Tennessee. You feel like you're right at Wimbledon or something. A little bit of a pin
Yeah.
cup and you're good to go.
And now I want a churro. I haven't seen this movie.
I enjoyed Challengers. I don't think it was like something I see myself revisiting a lot, but I liked it a lot. However, the one we saw tonight, The Fall Guy, was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I will go see that again tomorrow. If
This is the Gosling did it again, y'all. The Gosling is worth it. I mean, Emily Blunt also, just to give her credit, was phenomenal in this.
this is the movie that like everybody knew exactly what the movie was and just like dove head first into it, but it's not like over the top, like ridiculous or cheesy or anything. It is just 2 hours of just fun, which I absolutely
And
adored it.
I think truly a love letter to the stunt community,
Mhm.
to stuntmen, to stunt people, to all the people that put on stunts in Hollywood. And I just really appreciated that because I do think that all of these aspects that go into filmmaking are important. We were actually discussing right before because we're gonna go see we're gonna go see obviously the 25th anniversary Phantom Menace, and we were talking about honestly like the making of Phantom Menace is so much more of an interesting story than Phantom Menace actually is. It's amazing.
It's like, where's Phantom Menace's Hearts of Darkness?
Yeah.
Like, I did want to address this real quick though. His name is Dean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, to be clear.
But Gosling is definitely on top right now. Like right this minute, nobody is like riding a bigger high than him. We were saying though, wouldn't it be something though? The other person who's riding the high, we need a Glenn Powell and Ryan Gosling movie like next year.
First of all, sign me the hell up, Hollywood. I'd buy 5 tickets right now. Second of all, yes. Those are pretty much my 2 thoughts. Wait, you just cut out. What did you say, AJ?
Second of all, sign me up for it too.
Oh, there you go. Second, all of us.
But who doesn't want to see that? Like, I don't know the audience
I
that
don't even
would be
care what the
against it.
movie is about. The 2 of them have such charisma. I'd fucking watch them read the dictionary. Like, it's fine.
And Emily Blunt was perfect with Gosling, and the 2 supporting characters who they really haven't been advertised, which I'm surprised. I mean, you can look it up and see what it is, but like I won't actually say it because they're a lot of fun. That the next 2 in line are a ton of fun in this movie as well.
Also, lovely actors that are quite, I would say, popular in their own right. At least I think recognizable to most people.
Yeah. So like, you know, if you want to see a movie that kicks ass and makes you believe, you know, that this is the movie for you.
Wakanda Forever as well. But
that was real smooth.
yeah, that's fine. You can look at the cast list. This is not like a spoiler by any means, anyone. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm just really happy too. I think Emily Blunt shines when she gets to do comedy.
Oh, yeah.
So like I love when Emily Blunt, because listen, I get it. She's a serious actress and she can do serious roles. But I think like when she goes back to her like comedy roots, like I think that's like some of her best stuff. So I was just so happy to see her get to like have fun and be funny.
Her timing is something that very few actors or actresses have. Like her comedic timing is so on point.
I said she's absolutely great. Gosling and Powell and Wakanda Forever. Fuck that. I watch it. Sure. Why not?
And Selma too.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
And again, I don't need them to be the leads in this movie. As 2 white dudes, I think they should take very supporting roles.
Yes.
in a movie about Wakanda, just to be very clear. But if they like want to cast them in it, like I'm fine with that, you know, just like put in very supporting roles.
There's already the campaign to cast Ryan Gosling as Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh my God, stop.
Look it up.
Terrible.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. No, I do not support that.
Let's pull it up.
Oh boy.
No, let's do the Return of the King.
So I was about to
Bing
say,
it.
are we about to get canceled? This is something I wanted to bring up. Like
Before we get canceled.
No, yeah. You know, we saw one of the channels that started right around the same time we did, which is A Certain Point of View, is calling it quits. And I was just thinking earlier, I'm like, holy crap! Like this is kind of crazy. That like of all of the channels at the time that, you know, when we started, there were so many of them, and there's so few left. I'm like, it's a little bit.
Everyone else cared,
Well,
and we don't.
yeah,
We're
well,
just
that's
here for
true.
shits and
Yeah.
giggles.
Well, and it's true because like everybody's view counts went down when the world went back to normal and people, you know, weren't just sitting at home as much, and there's less remote work and things like that. People just don't have as much time. We don't care about the view count. Like we honestly don't. So that kind of stuff doesn't bother us. And I understand for somebody who's doing it for financial reasons, if they're
Right.
not making the revenue, it's not worth doing. But it's just so
Well,
crazy.
we don't make any money off of this.
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
fine.
If anything, I've started losing money at a slower rate. So this will probably go on in perpetuity forever.
But it's like we're still around. Cinefanatics are still around. Obviously, they're our buddies. We always support them. Call to Action is like hanging on by a thread. But like, there's really not much else that from the time frame that. Oh my lord! And well, goodbye, everybody. It's been a good run.
That's a good one.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I just want to go on right here and I don't like it. No. What? How? Where did you even find this?
It's probably
That was a thing. Like it was originally a meme, like right around Scarlett Johansson and Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
Oh, I understand now. Yeah. Yeah.
And forever, it's just been one of the funniest things. It's popped up multiple times throughout the year. So
Yeah. Hollywood be Hollywooding. They're just gonna cast white people on things. So it'd be like that.
might do this. Might be.
That's actually not the worst idea. So Juice is here.
Welcome. Boom. And he's like,
Juice, we're actually breaking movie news tonight, and then it's that.
Breaking news. We got a Hollywood inside scoop here.
Jeff Snyder, the least offensive thing that he said this week, said.
But truly, that is very fair.
That dude has been picking battles left and right. You know, I've gotten along with Snyder. He was very pleasant with us on our show, but wow, has he been getting into some wars?
Yeah.
He be doing things. Can I just say, going back to Alien here for a minute. When we walked out of that movie, I said to Mike, I was like, don't you miss when movies could just like start slowly?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the movies just like started and they weren't like, we need to immediately catch your attention in 30 seconds. And like, listen, I'm not that person. I'm not an old persnickety person who's like, the internet's ruined everything. But in this one regard, I do think the internet has spoiled people and that like you need to catch someone's attention in the first 30 seconds business. I like a good, we're just getting into, we're building the scene where like, you're not immediately like, exposition dumping to people. Like you're just letting them kind of sit with it, learn world build, learn the characters, all that kind of jazz. And I just like, I miss that a little bit about cinema.
William is 100%. I thought the exact same thing walking out of Alien. I hadn't watched it in a couple of years, and I we saw
first time seeing it on the big
first
screen.
time seeing it on the big screen, and I just walked out. I'm like, that movie is like almost perfect.
Alien's so fucking good.
Yeah.
My other rants. Oh, go ahead, AJ, with this thought before I get on my other rant.
Like growing up, you used to think that Alien was a long movie. You know how long Alien is?
They added like a 10-minute like interview with
a little like thingamabob.
Ridley Scott and what's his face who's Fede Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
So before the movie, they had like a Q&A with them, and so even with that and the trailers, it did not last 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's not a long movie, but you
It was
feel
a bare 2-hour movie. Like it was a long movie.
Fall Guy was pretty close to 2 hours. It was like right at the cusp of 2 hours.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, honestly, all the movies you've seen in the last few days have been like obviously Alien, like we all know is good because we've seen it, but like Challengers, yeah, we really enjoyed. Fall Guy, we really, really enjoyed. But yeah, here's my other rant about Alien when we got out. Okay, well, the first one wasn't a rant. It was just a comment about how like that's one thing I miss about movies. You could just like slowly build into it. But the other thing is I hate that James Cameron acts like he discovered people. Like he like claims Sigourney Weaver, he like claims Ripley, and like you know what I mean? Like and even with like Terminator, like Sarah Connor and shit. And it's like you directed the sequels, you dipshit. Stop taking all the credit. Like Ripley was a badass in the first movie. You did not cast Sigourney Weaver. You didn't fucking discover her. Like, don't even. Anyways, I rest my case. James Cameron is jabroni, but I do enjoy his movies. But he's a fucking piece of shit. But I do enjoy his films.
He's full of himself, but he's a genius.
Totally full of himself. Like more so than CN.
Yeah, which is saying something.
Yeah.
Both of them. Like, you need to just like take a little bit of a humble pill. Is all I'm saying.
And yes, I'm still gonna go see fucking Avatar 3, probably opening weekend.
Yeah, if I'm being honest. And I'm not even really gonna enjoy it.
Right.
But like you just have to go see it.
Yeah.
Like that's the power of James Cameron. That's like you're like, I don't even like know if I want to see this film, but will you see every one of his goddamn films opening weekend? Yeah. Because like you just
And am I ever gonna watch it again? Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not.
Have I ever seen an Avatar movie?
I don't think you have.
The first
Probably
one,
not.
The first one
Probably
took me
not.
a while to get. Like, I think the first time I actually watched it start to finish was well past it. I didn't see it in theaters. The second one we did go see like on the Thursday night that it opened, but That was actually the if I remember correctly, wasn't no, it was Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever was where they had a power outage at the movie theater,
Yes.
and the bartenders just gave us our drinks while they were making everybody else pay cash, and they were like, "You can just come back." We did. We went back and paid for it later, but because they knew us, they were like, "Here you go."
Yeah. And that was pretty great. Avatar did have a very fun drink at MacGuffin.
They did.
AMC
It was
sponsor us.
big too.
And it was very big. That was delightful. The sequel was fine. It was fine, just like the first Avatar. Does the theme park land absolutely rock my socks? Of course. Are the movies good? No. Have I seen both of them theatrically? Yes.
That's the only movie I've seen in 3D in a long time.
Yeah, because you're gonna go and effing see it in 3D. Like if you're gonna go see freaking Avatar, like obviously that's what you're gonna do. But also, like, even though I don't think that Avatar or whatever Avatar: The Way of Water are good, obviously I do enjoy many a James Cameron film.
Our dog just wedged herself in between a picture that we have to hang up and a couple of boxes that are in the corner.
And she's loving her life.
I don't know how she fit there.
Can she get herself out?
She should be able to. But
Do you think Alien or Aliens is the better film?
they're so
Alien.
different. If I had to pick one to
Alien.
watch, I'd go with the original. Yeah, but Aliens is also, they're so. It's the same, linear story, but they're such different movies.
Yeah, they're definitely different vibes. I don't know. I think I kind of
I'm
I haven't-
also a Terminator versus Terminator 2 guy.
you
I'm a
like Terminator more than Terminator 2?
I've heard that more frequently than Aliens over Alien. I'm definitely a Terminator 2 guy.
Yeah,
Especially
I think T2 has it for me.
T2, again, being the first R-rated movie I ever saw in theaters, has a very, very special place in my heart. But don't get me wrong, like Terminator 2 is an A+, whereas Terminator's an A to me. And, both of them are amongst my favorite movies. If I had to pick a top 50, they'd both be in it.
I feel like I need to rewatch Aliens because I also haven't seen that in a minute before I pick. But I do think I lean ever so slightly toward Alien.
So the thing with Alien, I honestly think the last time I watched Alien was when Prometheus came out. And I watched it like in the morning. We were going to see Prometheus when my roommate got out of work. And that was a gigantic mistake because I spent the whole movie comparing them. And kind of took myself out of Prometheus because I kept on going back and forth with the original, which in the original is just so damn good.
Prometheus is something.
Prometheus is pretty forgettable.
Yes.
It has some ambition to it, but overall, I just walked out of it just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
If you actually like got to the movie without knowing that's an Alien prequel, it's effective. It's like seeing Split and knowing, before you saw Split that it was an Unbreakable sequel.
Right. Again, that was a lot of people's experience with that one. I'm curious for Romulus when it comes out. Like, I definitely want to go see Romulus. They're doing a good job with the marketing on that to not really give away much in terms of plot wise. So hard to say where this one is going to go, but the preview does look intriguing. I'm curious about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see it for sure. I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm going to see it.
My favorite part was seeing the little remote controlled face huggers. Betty Alvarez was just like, yeah, I was playing with these behind the set. It's my new favorite toy. I was like, I get it.
I'm sorry, you can't say Romulus without me immediately thinking of Romulans. So I hope that they realize.
Especially the sci-fi movie too. Yeah,
you can't.
It's a questionable
Who
title.
decided that? Who decided that? I also need to rewatch all the Planet of the Apes movies before we go and see this new one.
Yeah, that's next week.
I feel like I don't have a great recollection.
I think I'm just gonna watch Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can say I don't think I've
see the new one.
I have not seen. I saw the Tim Burton one in theaters, and I've seen. I believe I saw the first two of the new trilogy, and the third one I turned on and I turned it off, and for whatever reason I never finished it. So
I never finished the Tim Burton one.
The Tim Burton one's not good,
and I have never finished.
I saw it in theaters, and it was bad. It was not good.
It was a technical achievement.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
saw that, and I saw Jurassic Park 3 like within a week or two of each other, and I actually thought Jurassic Park 3 was like a good, almost like a palate cleanser compared.
Listen, nobody shut on Jurassic Park 3, okay?
Alan.
I have a special place in my heart for that film. What other movie has the Velociraptor saying Alan?
The Velocipaster?
The Velocipaster.
I don't know. I've never actually watched it.
It's not as good as Jurassic Park 3.
Well, you can shit on Jurassic Park 3 all you want. Jurassic Park 3 is like 75 minutes. It's an easy watch.
That's what I say. It's quick, it's easy, it's breezy. I hold no ill will toward Jurassic Park 3. It's much better than whatever the hell it was that I watched that Jurassic World sequel.
Oh my god, those
That was god awful.
both of them.
Terrible.
I still have not seen the third one. I don't think I ever will.
It's just like,
You're not missing anything.
how did you take such a great original movie and turn it into what it became? It's like, oh my, like the
Well,
dinosaurs are
Can we call Jurassic Park an original movie when it was based on a book?
no, the first one, to rephrase, making that first movie and then turning it into
What it has become. But Velocicoaster is a great ride.
that it
And
is.
once again, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Drop that reference twice in one episode. I think I need a gold star.
Yeah,
I think you
you,
should.
you do get one.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
That's really saying it's not good.
So that's actually not a bad time. Have you ever walked out of a movie in theaters?
One.
What was it?
Alexander.
Oh,
That I don't blame you for that, to be honest.
Not because of the writing, the script. I was bored.
yep.
And I was just like, it was about a half hour in or so. Might have been a half hour, might have been 15 minutes, might have been 3 hours. I don't know. But I was just like, I got better shit to do today, man.
So I never
left.
I never walked out of a movie I paid for, but I had to screen a lot of movies when I was working there overnights on Thursdays. Yes, everyone take a drink. There were two in particular that I do remember that I just gave up on. One of them was Soul Plane. I couldn't do Soul Plane. I know a lot of people like that movie. I couldn't do it. And the other was X-Men 3, The Last Stand. I actually never saw the end of that movie until I was sitting in projection one night, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch the last 20 minutes. But I got to the scene where, and this is a spoiler for a movie that came out 21 years ago, when they killed off Professor X. I was like, and just not that they did it in the story. That's not what pissed me off. I just watched how poorly that scene was executed. I'm like, I'm done. And I just got up and left. And two of my coworkers they actually let all the employees stay for that one. And two of them got like really upset with me because they were like super psyched about it. Like it was their most anticipated movie of the year. And there I am like throwing them. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And I walked out of the theater and they all got really mad at me for leaving.
You know how I can tell I'm getting old? So when you said that movie came out 21 years ago, it didn't come out 21 years ago, but it came out long enough that if I corrected you with the actual number, I would still feel really old, so I didn't say it.
So what year is it?
It came
2006.
2006. Wow.
out. Yeah, it did come out when I was 6 because I was in high school. When
So
it came out.
18 years ago.
Yeah.
21 years ago is X2.
Don't say that. Don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Don't say that. It's weird to me that Phantom Menace is hitting its 25th anniversary. Truly, that does make me feel very old.
I went and saw X3 with a bunch of friends that we saw that movie as a comedy.
Right. And if you watch it, that like once I got over the fact, because X2 is a great movie. I really like X2.
X2 is phenomenal.
I really liked X2, and X3 was such a gigantic step down. But the same as Spider-Man 3. Once you start watching it as a comedy, it's a
Yes,
different
yeah.
story.
I actually saw The Last Stand in theaters twice.
Wow.
I know, but when I saw it the first time, I'd convinced myself that I liked it. I was like, well, it's not as good as X2, but like it's good. And then I went on a date basically to see it the next time because the person that I was going on the date with had never seen it. And I was like, yeah, I liked it. And I went and saw it. And then it was on that second viewing that I was like, oh no, I was wrong. The
Mortal
first time
Kombat.
I saw this movie. Yeah, I did. I wasn't until that second viewing that I was like, this is bad, actually. I had convinced myself that it was good. Spider-Man 3, on the other hand, I saw at midnight and immediately walked out and was like, that wasn't good, right? Like, we can all agree that that wasn't good.
So Spider-Man 3 was interesting because like I left my job at the theater in December of 2006, like 2 days after Christmas. And then I actually like went for like 6 months without going and seeing anything in the theater because I was like so burnt. I worked in the theater for 5 years. I was really burnt out of it. I didn't want to go back. My old manager called me up and said, hey, we're going to watch Spider-Man 3 tonight. If you want to come down, I'd like to invite you, because she and I used to watch everything together. And at this point, we did not know Spider-Man 3 was a train wreck. And I just remember I knew from the time I heard the score, how different the score was to it. I'm like, something is wrong. And then the Sandman's CGI not being so good, I'm like, this is not good. And then it just snowballed. And again, I walked out of Spider-Man 3 the first time, really just being like, oh God, that was shit. But then I watched it the second time, knowing what it was. And I'm like, yes, here he comes. He's going to dance. And,
Emo Peter. Oh, bless him. Spider-Man 3. Yeah, now I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so bad, it's good.
Exactly. It's a midnight movie.
But when I first saw it, I was like, yikes.
It's so weird going back to those those Raimi movies and thinking, this is all in earnest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's
100%.
no tongue in cheek here. They are selling it.
They did that all with love and heart. Yes.
Until you get to the third one. And
Well, and
Very, very earnestly.
both the first two, have very earnest moments to them. Like they do.
Some of them haven't aged very well, but I think the first two still hold up in their own right. Like if you but the third one is just.
The third one's a tough watch. I mean, it really is.
But in a great way. But also,
If you're watching it and if you're under some substances, then yeah, you'll have some fun with it. But if you're watching that seriously, yeah, then that's not
right
weird.
group of people, that kind of thing. If
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
watching that alone, filling out note cards with trivia on it. Oh my God.
not as fun of a time.
But if you're sitting and it's on commercial-free Tubi and you're at the Surfside Inn and Suites and it's 1 a.m. and you've got Watermelon Smash,
Yeah,
that might be the best movie of all
if I'm
time.
intoxicated, then it's absolute piece of art, clearly. But
Pizza Pop has got to get paid. That's what I would say.
that is in fact what I always say. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. Wholeheartedly.
Bruce.
But
Campbell.
so tonight, like I was so little surprised. The past couple of movies we've seen, except for Alien, have had like 8 to 9 trailers on them, and tonight Fall Guy only had 6. I was a little bit surprised by that, but like 4 of the trailers that were on it come out in May. Like they were like immediate ones. Like I was expecting them to have like every major blockbuster of the summer throwing their trailer on this, since this is technically the kickoff, and we were surprised that it really didn't. And there was nothing that I hadn't seen before except for the Bike Riders, which
Which I think is an odd summer release. That's what
The Bike Riders looks really good.
it's just it's a strange.
It's a
time of
weird
year to
summer
release
movie.
it. I think that should like come in the fall.
Yeah, it was delayed from last holiday season, right?
yeah,
think so.
they wanted to be able to promote it. So
That's
Yeah.
just that's so my shit. Prestige actors doing silly voices. It's my
Right.
favorite genre.
yeah.
And you are getting so much. You were getting peak Austin Butler, peak Tom Hardy. Just
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as
yeah.
Tom Hardy
um,
opened his mouth.
Jodie Cromer. Is that her name?
Comer, yeah, she's Jodie Comer just doing something wild there.
She's doing something. She is doing something in that trailer. I was like, this is a good cast, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm into the title of the movie, obviously, because my favorite genre is kids riding, but they're adults riding on bikes, and it's not that kind of bike. But you know,
That's one of the ones I think that, like, I don't think we're going to be rushing out to see the bike riders, but if we have a night where we have nothing going on,
I'll go see it.
do you want to go see the bike riders? Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by this cast, and it could be a very good movie. But yeah, I don't know.
What do I go to the theater for anymore? I think this is one of them.
You're like, prestige actors doing silly voices. Yes, you've earned a ticket.
So everybody knows we did our the fantasy football draft at the movies, which we did the drawings last week, and we're doing another league that stole the idea, but did it a little bit differently. That let you pick your movie. So like
somehow more stressful.
Yeah. So it's
like,
they picked the names out, and then in order of when you got picked, you got to pick which movie you wanted.
What'd you get?
So we Bethany got the number 10.
I was the 10th overall, like,
out of 12
pick of the movies. At the time, Despicable Me 4 had still not been chosen, so I was like, well, I'm gonna aim for that if I can.
One pick before
me, it did get taken, unfortunately. So I ended up going with If. I don't have really high hopes for it, but I was like, I'm gonna maybe try to go for the back half of the draft, to be honest, so that way I've got the turn. So I don't know, we'll see. And also, it led to a good football team name because I'm now Imaginary Football in that league, which I think is a great name. Mike did help me come up with that. I'm not going to take credit for that, but I was like, I can come up with a good team name, and I can probably get back after the draft. That we all know what that means. My boy Amon-Ra St. Brown is being drafted, obviously. So we'll see. William and I are in the chat. If you have any thoughts of doing it in our league, I'd like to tell you to step down if you know it's good for you.
So I actually took it a step further, and I said, fuck it. If I was 11. So pretty much everything was off the board. I could have still had Bad Boys. I could have still had Alien. Because this one went with, you could take any movie. And I said, fuck it. I want last. I picked Maxine. So I can get the 12th spot.
Now I'm going to, just because you did that, now I'm certain that Maxine is going to make just enough money.
So one person in the league picked Trap, which we were surprised by. I'm expecting.
Yeah, I did not know that movie existed, but honestly,
now she's intrigued.
Kind of into it. I watched the trailer and I was like, do I want to see this movie? I think I want to see this movie.
Doesn't that come out like a week before?
Yeah, so it's not a lot of time that it's going to get to make money, which is not a smart move. Probably.
I think it will make more than Maxine.
Do you think? Well,
I think it'll make more opening weekend. Yeah.
Which is, it's not going to have long, I don't think, before we draft. So let's see.
So can I tell you my trap theory?
August 9th. It's got about a month.
About a month, I guess. More than I thought.
What's your trap theory?
The daughter's the killer.
Oh yeah, you briefly mentioned that.
You think the daughter's the killer? That's a good theory. That's a good theory.
100% the daughter's the killer.
All right, everyone.
And dad's protecting her.
You heard it here first. If AJ guessed this twist right, we're giving him full credit. If he somehow gets that Twisters is the #1 movie this year,
Dan World put Twisters at like number 4, so you might not.
But fairly high.
But Dan Merle also did not put the Fall Guy on this top 10.
I was really surprised by. I feel like the Fall Guy.
Oh wait,
top 10.
Yeah.
So Dan Merle also didn't put the.
Oh yes, you and him.
Yeah, you did. I swear to God, if you somehow are both right, I'm gonna be like, AJ, what are you doing? We're all gonna just start trusting in Mama Lancaster because clearly she knows how to pick them. Debbie, that's her name, correct? Debbie.
Yep.
Her one movie that she wants to see every year, which does end up ruling the box office. So I'm just gonna start forecasting. I'm gonna start putting like money down in Vegas by whatever movie Debbie wants to see next summer. If you somehow get that right.
By the way, I got clarification from her this week that she doesn't want to see this movie. She like has to. It's like a religious family kind of thing. It's like in our household we have to. It's because it's tradition. Like she's going to. It's like
She's
visiting Mecca.
going
Like, yeah, for trashy Midwestern families like ours.
I can see. Oh, I'm drafting it. Listen, no, yeah. What movie did he get? I swear to.
He got Quiet Place.
Could he be before me in the draft?
No,
Not likely.
You don't think so, right? Furiosa's gonna make more money. We all
I think so. Yeah, they're both rated R. It's
I don't care. Y'all can yell reach at me. You can yell whatever the fuck you want. I'm taking him first round. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do. I don't care. I don't
first
care.
round Superflex, like 4th overall.
I'm
Minimum.
doing it. And you know what? I'm gonna have no regrets about it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. How dare you?
I named my team after Coconut Pete.
I put Fall Guy at like number 3, so I've had a very high. What did I put? I put Twisters at 4.
When you changed your fantasy football team name in April, let's just remind everybody that we're in April right now.
Yeah, we're now
and
in May.
I
But
forgot that I left my team name after Jalen Warren, the Warren Report.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
What is
Can I just say the other day, I don't even know. The other day we laughed literally yesterday. We were having this whole talk about, mock drafts and what the rankings are. And I was like, why am I thinking about this right now? This is what people have not reported to training camp yet. And I'm over here thinking about my fantasy football. This is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. There's so much time, but also St. Brown is mine, bitches. Okay, just so we're all clear, just so we all know. Someone's gonna take him first overall just to piss me off. No, I swear to God.
PLD is the likely first pick, and he's auto drafting.
He's auto drafting, so we're fine.
You
I
don't
don't
have to worry
think.
about that.
I think the people in front of me. I think I'm okay. I don't know.
I'm not going to take him. I think with where I think Deadpool's going to finish, I wouldn't take him.
Bethany, how many teams do you think I've drafted so far?
I don't. Probably way more than you should have at the point that it is literally the 1st of May.
I'm going to say 9.
17. AJ. Very first.
And that's where I need to mention anybody underdog fantasy code Aaron JL deposit match up to $50. Just throwing it out there, draft some teams with me.
I listen. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All the people I want, I know there's no way I'm gonna get them. But I'm determined somehow. I'm going to be in.
You're also in 3 leagues.
I'm
You'll
in
probably
3
get them
leagues
all
this year.
across the 3 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I get.
But it's
every player that I want.
exposures. You're buying shares.
Am I going to have a bit of a rough week the week that the Lions are on bye?
Probably.
Yes. Do I care? No. Sticking with my game plan. I have a plan and I'm going to execute it.
Just like the Atlanta Falcons.
Listen, whatever I'm doing cannot possibly be ballsier than what the Atlanta Falcons did. So, it's fine.
So I watched today. I knew it came out. The Jets always do their own Hard Knocks kind of thing, and they put out their draft special, which shows them in the war room during the draft and all of that. And all of them, when the Falcons did what they did, literally they're all like they had to have taken Turner. They had to have taken Turner, and then all of their eyes just bug out of their heads when they find out the Falcons took Penix.
What a weird choice.
They were
By the
just
way,
like,
have you guys
what
seen-
just happened?
I'm. Have you seen the Keon Coleman press conferences?
Yes, I did. I don't know if
Bethany,
Bethany
I'm
has.
so surprised. Bethany, this might be your new favorite player in the entire NFL.
He's Florida State. She's gonna hate him by default.
Yeah, I can't. It's
Okay.
not allowed.
Okay, but here's the thing. First press conference, he at the end of it asked if he could go over to the snack table, and then he got snacks.
Which I respect. I too would be like, "Can I get a snack? Thank you."
And he's wearing this fancy puffy coat, right? This fancy yellow puffy jacket. He's like, "Yeah, guess where I got this?" And said some designer's like, Macy's, bro. $79.89 on sale. You gotta buy your jackets 2 seasons ahead of time, so that way you get everything on sale.
I mean,
This guy
I
is
respect him being
amazing.
on a budget. I respect a man with a plan.
We went to the Florida State-Florida game, which was the last game of the regular season last year.
Excuse me, can you rephrase that?
The
You
Florida State.
Thank you.
Okay.
The fuck would you put Florida State first?
So I knew at that point that he was like kind of a
Disrespect.
highly touted prospect. He played terrible in that game.
He did not play well.
He
in
did
that
not
game.
play. Benson, the running back, had a really good game, but Coleman was terrible in that game.
Yeah, he really did
I
not
don't care if
play
he's
well.
good. He's just so fun.
You know,
he-
he's just so endearing.
He's a goofball. I 100% agree with that. And like he's in a great scenario for. He's probably going to be the de facto number one receiver by the end of the season because it's him and Curtis Samuel or Dalton Kincaid on Buffalo. But you know, it's the kind of guy that he's a big dude too. He's like a Mike Williams
He's
type.
very big.
He's almost like a tight end build. But
But he's got the mind of an 8-year-old.
so Moose, welcome. We just saw The Fall Guy. You're in good shape because that movie fucking ruled. So
Are
you're
you really in the Maldives?
that is also fucking awesome.
Is this
In the
real life?
Maldives, but watching this.
Is that a first?
honestly,
That's got to be a first.
You first ever watched this in the Maldives? I have a lot of questions right now. Honestly,
He's on vacation.
I respect that. Finally.
Finally, yes. No, yeah. You were safe, Moose. That movie fucking rules. Like I'm thinking about going and seeing it again. So yeah, and anyone in the chat, like if you were just joining us, Fall Guy, go see it. Like it's awesome.
Oh, that's so fun.
All right. Moose.
Wow.
Happy anniversary,
Everybody,
Moose.
everybody salute to Moose,
Yes. Happy anniversary.
to the Hoffas.
Have the most fun. That sounds amazing.
That's fantastic.
To the Mooses, the Meeson.
The Meese. Congrats to the Meese.
Moosin. It's Moosin.
Oh, the Moosin.
The Mises.
That's fantastic. I guess it is the morning there, isn't it?
That is
I
wild.
don't even know I'm gonna see current time. I don't even know what time it is.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
yeah,
it's
7:50 a.m. It is good morning to you, top of the morning. Time differences, man. Time travel.
Did you just top of the morning somebody in the Maldives?
I said yes. I sure did.
Killer.
I'm gonna be when I'm in Sweden, I'll be 6 hours ahead. So when
Sounds
you
right.
guys are recording, what time would it be for me? Like the middle of the night, I think. I was like, I
Like-
could pop in from Sweden.
5 in the morning?
4 in the morning, I think.
Yeah, I will be asleep, so that will not be happening. But like, how nice will it be when I get back from the concert and I could like call you and it won't even be that late for you?
Right.
It'll be like late for me. Time differences, absolutely wild concept to me. She acts like she has never traveled before, even though I have traveled places.
I've
But
never-
every time it's magic to me.
I've never flown to another. I've been to Canada, and we went to Hawaii on our honeymoon, which kind of, of the same idea. But I've never been to like Europe or anything. I've never gone ahead, like where the time where you lose time by flying. So
Going ahead is not as it does not mess with me as much as going behind does. Going back in time absolutely fucks me up. I can't
yeah, Hawaii.
handle it.
You were like 6 in the afternoon. Like I'm done.
Okay, 6 o'clock is not the afternoon; it's the evening. First of all, and second of all,
It's the afternoon up until 9 o'clock. That's why they made the song.
37
30
hours.
37.
Holy crap! Don't make that.
Yeah, but like, did you spend 12 hours in the Jersey airport?
Oh god, with congestive heart failure.
To first flight was 70. Please tell me you had first class or at least business class. You got some leg room, something to stretch out.
In a row.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we know that Moose is big. So
Yes,
I would not
that
want to be stuck in coach.
Crazy. I can like do. I have always said if I go anywhere like Australia, Japan, something like that, I need at least business class because I can do like 10 hours on a plane and coach, but like that's my limit. After that, no.
See, my thing is I don't necessarily need like business class. I don't need the more room, and I'm a big guy too. I
Right.
need the window seat to
Oh yeah, you have to like.
I'm the opposite. I need the aisle seat, so AJ and I could travel.
There you go. Y'all
Let's do it.
partner up.
Guys, should we launch an international travel show with me and Mike?
Oh my god, that would not end well.
I'd watch it personally. I would be frightened for both of you, but I would certainly watch it. I have no idea where I'm gonna be on my flight to Europe
You picked
because I picked the like they're assigning me the day of. So I'm 99.9% positive
Middle.
I'm getting the middle seat, and I've just accepted that fate, and we're just gonna wing it. It's gonna be fine.
Moose, you're always welcome.
It's entertaining. I feel like I would watch the hell out of a show that was Mike, AJ, and Moose traveling somewhere.
Just putting us like in a bar together for a night, like just
Have like a Winnebago and just like travel across the country, and I'd watch it.
if people had seen like the footage of me, AJ, Kim, and Paul at the first bar we went to when we were in New Jersey,
God.
oh my god, you would have lost your shit.
We got a little out of hand.
Yes, we did.
And he was going through congestive heart failure at the time.
And this was a fucking dive bar in like not the nicest part of New Jersey.
Nowhere is the nicest part of New Jersey because it's New Jersey.
touche, but-
And Mike and
All
I's
the
tab,
fucking
I'll tell you
times.
this much. After tip, I don't remember what it was like raw. After tip was $200.
And this was a dive bar.
Yeah, y'all had a few.
We stopped for a beer. We were going to sneak a drink or two before we met up with Paul and Kim.
And then Paul and Kim were like, "No, we're coming," and we're stopping in, and we're like, "Okay."
$200.
I have
later.
never. I'm 1,000% certain that all of New Jersey is just an absolute armpit of a godforsaken place.
I liked it.
Come at me, anyone from New Jersey. My mother is from New Jersey, actually, but she would agree with me.
Well, the area we were in when we stayed in Secaucus wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
The
That sounds fake, but okay.
where the Airbnb was okay. Like I wouldn't say it was the nice area, but where we were wasn't like the worst area.
It was like the Tony Hawk's Underground New Jersey level. It was pretty much like that.
No, I mean, can anyone think of a worse state? No, maybe Ohio.
Texas. I love Ohio.
You love Ohio? Is Ohio?
Ohio's
Is
great.
Ohio's a nice one? I don't know. Maybe it's nice. I've never been. It's on my list.
Well,
You gotta get that stomp the Palma in the water.
Listen. Florida is a shithole, but it's my shithole.
Right.
And
Right.
there are
The-
nice parts ish. It's a hot mess. The governor is an absolute wackadoo. I apologize, everyone. I did not vote for him. Now I live in a state where my governor is also kind of a wackadoo. Also did not vote for him. Did not live here when he was, up for vote.
Ooh, I got one. Fuck Oklahoma.
Yeah, fuck Oklahoma for sure. I'm not about Oklahoma. I'm terrified of Oklahoma.
Maybe
Actually,
clip that out.
Go there. Clip that out. Fuck him.
Yeah. We're not afraid. What are you gonna do, Oklahoma?
Fucking Oklahoma. What are you gonna do? Sing a whole goddamn musical about it? Nah, we ain't about you, Oklahoma. I also don't believe that South Dakota and North Dakota are real. So I have.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
real.
we're Dakota non-truthers.
Yeah, we're Dakota non-truthers. What?
Mm. Yeah, I've been.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Pretty sure they're fake. And Hawaii is the best state, and we don't deserve them. So I hope one day they get their independence again. They deserve it.
Well, here's the thing with Hawaii is like it kind of sucks if you're on sodium restriction.
Ooh, I get that.
Because of the spam.
Because of all the Hawaiian food. Like we just got a couple of good Hawaiian restaurants and it was just like, yeah, even on a cheat day, bro, that's a no-go.
We didn't really see much spam when we were there.
We did. We just didn't eat it because neither of us eats spam. Oh, Rich Dakota.
Yeah, damn
Fuck the
straight.
Dakotas. Like, what even argue? What even? You know where else actually is great? A state that is fucking slept on. Wyoming. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. And the continental U.S. might be my favorite.
Wyoming is just a slightly flatter South Dakota.
What? No, definitely not. It is fantastic. You go out to Wyoming and you're like, never in my life did I think I'd become a ranch hand. But you were out there for like 24 hours and you're like, could I be a ranch hand? Should I just leave my whole life behind and become a ranch hand? And you like really consider it for a minute. It's great. 10 out of
That's
10.
literally South Dakota. You might have been in South Dakota like as a mistake.
100% positive I was not. I'm sorry, but South Dakota does not have the Grand Tetons. It fucking wishes it did. Okay, like Wyoming's dope.
Spoiler for Challengers.
Oh, okay.
We here at What the Show stand Wyoming. Thank you for bringing up the map. Here we go. Utah, pretty dope actually. Lots of Mormons, but like whatever.
They don't allow music.
Idaho, liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Wyoming, fucking dope. Dakotas, don't believe they exist. Minnesota, lovely. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
So the
Illinois, enjoyed it. Where else have I been? Texas.
do you know the thing with the western border of Montana? Here, bring the map back up here.
Wait, with the western border of Montana? What?
Yeah, bordering Idaho. Do you know the thing with this?
No, I don't think so. To my knowledge.
Come on, where's the map?
Bring the map up. Bring up the map. We need Juice here to bring up the map.
It looks like somebody like standing uncomfortably close behind somebody else.
Oh yeah, you're right.
With
I
the
do
face
see
is-
that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Like-
hello, Idaho.
Hi.
Idaho, dope. I've never been to Washington or Oregon, but I mean, the goal is to go to all 50 states, even though I'm terrified of Oklahoma and Kansas and Nebraska.
Nevada's fun.
Nevada,
There's
we
no
enjoy
reason.
Nevada. I am
No.
terrified. You think I'm gonna go see Twisters and then ever step foot in Oklahoma? No.
Okay, for how often there are tornadoes in Nebraska, it'd be like I'm not going to New York because of Hurricane Sandy.
But listen, AJ, I know you swear that there aren't that many tornadoes in Nebraska, but the world tells me different.
Yeah. So about Hurricane Sandy.
I'm just gonna go during the cold winter and be miserable, but at least I'll
Don't do
feel
that.
safe.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If there's ever a tornado, it's in like end of April, early May, and there's like 1 week. That week is over.
So we
Come
can
down.
don't go end of April, early May is what you're saying.
Come down for College World Series.
Is it safe then?
100%.
I would like to go to the College World Series, but I'm just
Yep.
If you
And
say- I'm gonna
And
hold you to this.
our
Is there
whole-
a storm shelter I can go to?
Our Hall of
there are
Fame
none.
hero member
Can I
actually
not
with
in
his-
the state in the entire area of Omaha?
with his podcast potentially could be at the College World Series.
Mhm.
That is true. Our boy Scooch Scotch.
Yeah.
And-
What is this? Is this the real thing?
No, that's an Oklahoma thing.
Okay, I'm not about to ever go to Oklahoma. How am I going to kick off all 50 states? I'm just going to like step foot in it real quick and then run the hell out. I'm not staying a night in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Just go
don't.
back to Vegas.
It's not even-
My boy Scooch Scotch. Absolutely. I have been to 25 states. I got to pick up my pace here if I want to hit 50 by 50. Scooch Scotch. Absolute
Okay.
legend. Absolute hero.
Now I need the map again.
I need the
You have 25.
25. I have hit officially. Per the rule is I have been to more states than that, but per the rule is you have to actually like driving through or stopping at an airport does not count. You have to go out and do something in the state, even if it's just something like grabbing coffee, i.e., that's what I did in Delaware. But I like went out into a town in Delaware, stepped foot in it, went to somewhere. Because like technically I've been to Massachusetts if you count the airport, but I don't count that per the rules.
We were
That's
in the
it.
Massachusetts airport for like 25 minutes.
Yeah, so I that's something I don't count. I have been to
Yeah.
Michigan per the airport, but I have not really been to Michigan. You know what I mean? Like if you've never stepped foot outside an airport, and I'm fucking count.
Okay, by that rule, I think I got 28.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
AJ, getting. What are you at? I think you've been quite a few places.
I'd have to count. I'd
Well,
say
not.
I'm in the neighbor. Okay, all right. So I'll go. Which ones by the parameters you gave? Vermont, I've been to. Connecticut, I've been to. New York, obviously. Pennsylvania, Jersey, Delaware, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, North Carolina. I honestly don't know if I've ever done anything in South Carolina.
It's kind of wild. We live 20 minutes
Yep.
away from it.
So 15. Georgia, Florida. I've been to
I've never done anything in the state of South Carolina.
Illinois.
Crazy.
I've been to Texas. I've been
Have
to
you been
Minnesota. So that's 15 right there. I've been to Colorado. I've been to Arizona. I've been to Nevada. I've been to California.
Did you say Hawaii?
I've been to Hawaii. It's 20. I think I'm at 20.
I'm determined 50 by 50, but I really got to start picking up my pace.
With the qualification of just like if you stop and do anything in that area, that's pretty loose qualifications. A little bit. I'd probably go a little bit more strict than that, and probably cut myself down to closer to like 15. But bear in
Like, I've
mind,
South Carolina, like I've stayed. Well, I guess I have to count that actually because I've stayed in hotels in South Carolina.
Okay.
Mhm.
You
All
have
right, so
spent a
21.
night in South
Yeah, I spent the
Carolina,
night.
then that counts.
So
You've been to
21.
South Carolina.
21.
But yeah, when I was a kid, my family moved from Louisiana to Maine to Nebraska. So there's a lot of
Wow,
travel
so
there.
there's
It's a lot of
of
stopping because it was
lot of
3
stopping.
kids.
Mhm.
That is fair. I think probably my next state might be Colorado. Just at some point, go see my sister out there.
I went to a Jets Broncos game in
Whatever.
2010. It's actually a pretty infamous game too. The Jets actually, first off, Tebow scored his first rushing touchdown in the pros at that game.
Praise be.
But the Jets won the game in the 2-minute drill. Mark Sanchez throws a Hail Mary to Santonio Holmes, and they refused to show the clip on the Jumbotron. We saw it afterwards. We went to the bar afterwards, but Holmes got face mask, and they would not show the angle that showed the face mask in the stadium. So the crowd is like losing their mind. And even I, at the time, as the Jets fan, was like, "What's the penalty? What's the penalty?" Then we saw the actual replay from TV where they showed the face mask and it was blatant. And then LaDainian Tomlinson, when he was on the Jets, scored the winning touchdown with like 20 seconds left in the game.
Ooh.
Don't you agree that Wyoming just makes you want to drop your whole life and become a ranch hand? People be sleeping on Wyoming. It's a great fucking city.
Or at least like watch an episode of Yellowstone.
Yeah, like one of those, one of the above. I'm not really sure.
Either
I
or.
went to a freaking pizza place where there was literally a post to hitch your horses at, and I was like, "This place is fucking wild. This is America.
America.
This is the most American
Yeah.
I've ever felt in my life." It was a real true moment. I gotta say, very true moment. I do. You know where else I'd really like to go? It's a state that I'd really like to knock off my bucket list. A particular city, to be exact, for a particular reason, and that would be Detroit. I want to go to see a football game.
Yes.
They should play the Falcons or the Jaguars in the next year or two.
Yeah, but I want to see them in Detroit,
Detroit,
obviously. Like at some point.
And like
What a dream.
before their window closes, 100%.
Before their window closes.
I don't
We're talking
think
about
their window's going
window
to close
closing.
soon because they're young.
Yeah, like the prime window, they're still gonna be good.
That's kind of
Sure.
home state. You've been there.
Well,
You've been there the most of any state. I don't. That's not even it though, AJ. You know, yeah. First of all, the window will never close. Second of all, once you inherit a team, that's your fucking team. Through thick, through thin, through torture, through the hope of it all.
I'm
That's
gonna list more things, but let's not.
it's not. Yeah.
No.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have a great season. It's fine. It's all fine. I'm gonna say Juice is not making it tonight.
No, And I'm still just thinking about the Falcons drafting another left-handed quarterback named Mike.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.